Well, we're back for more bits to add to the van. So I've got one of these, right, little tiny pouch, like I said on the previous video, that's going to go on there. Just stick the remote in because it's gone walkies again. So I'm going to have to dig around the van and try and find that. So that's going up today. Shower nozzle, well, pipe. Basically, right, winter come. We had quite a savage frost over here, so like -8-10 degrees or something. And normally I drained all the van down, so I drained all the tanks, all the taps, or which I thought I'd drained all the taps, the tumour boiler and all that stuff. Make sure there's no water in it, so because the water expands and it just pops all the pipes and stuff. So did a test with the van the other week and filled it up with the tanks and that. Switched it all on, shower's pissing out with water. So fucking hell, here we go. What had happened was it bust the actual how do you call it, manifold for the, you know, the taps. Must have been water sat in that. I need to pop the top off, so all the seals had gone in that, so that was stripped down and redo all that again. And it also blew the pipes off the actual, well, I said blow the pipes off. Inside the flexi hose here, there's like an internal pipe, you see it on that, and that had actually blew, see the copper piece in it, had actually blew away from its actual frame on here, so that just split apart, so that was just pissing out of water everywhere on that one. That's one job to do, and one lesson learned on that one, to make sure the shower's drained completely. And I also reached out to AUXBEAM, right, because if you remember on mine, I've still got the old panels. So the faceplate's the same on it, but it's the old unit, you see. Excuse my dodgy electric box. And it served a purpose. It's done everything I needed it to do. So I use this for basically all my appliances, trimmer, shower pump, big lights and all that crap, and use the switching panel on here, which is worked brill. But problem is with that is you have to get up and touch the panels, or you know, if you've got to get up and you've got to push the buttons on the panel. And say if I'm in the driving seat and the daughter said, oh, can you put the TV on, or can you put the lights on in the back or whatever like that, you've got to physically get out and go up there and turn the switch on, which was an absolute pain in the arse. And it's same at night time as well. If you're in bed and you've got the big lights on, it's a northern joke, or you've got like any other type of light on there, you've got to get out of bed to do the switch, which it's a faff. Just little daft things like that is a faff. So I reached out to AUXBEAM, right, and said to them, like, listen, I'm looking for a new panel. I'm looking to upgrade my panel, like, because it's the old version and stuff. And they said to me, like, oh, we do different versions. We do a double panel where you get two switching panels. So you can have one switching panel there and then another one somewhere else in the cabs, like in the front or whatever and that. And I thought, I don't really want to be rewiring the full system again just to run another panel in. And it kind of defeats the object, because if I put a panel in the front, then I've still got to get out of bed and turn that light out anyway in the back. So that wasn't an option. And they said, oh, have you not thought about doing the Bluetooth one? Well, Bluetooth, what's this now? He said basically you can actually put the switching panel on an app on your phone, and basically you can do the switches on your phone, which I thought was the one which I needed. So basically you can do it outside. If you've got lights on outside, you can flick them on. Front cab when you're driving, flick a switch. In bed, turn a button on your phone. Absolutely bob on. So I said to him, like, yeah, definitely interested in that. I said, send me a link and that, and I'll have a look at it. Like, this is the panel they suggested. So it's the 8-gang multifunction switch, right? It's an RGB one, so you can actually change the colours on the front panel and stuff like that. And in the box, right, you got all sorts of little bits with this one. So yeah, so you get your usual, your instructions. But what I thought was quite cool, which you didn't get with the other one, you get a 60 amp breaker. Might change that big fuse out of there, put that in, don't know. But this was another reason why I went for this model as well, is because it's got dual wiring, whereas a lot of these, they're normally fed in one way, and that'd mean I've changed all that wiring out and it'd just be a faff. It wants sorting out anyway, but that's not the reason I wanted to go down. I wanted it so it come out either side, so you've got ports that side and ports the other side. Then you set the top off, and inside it you've got your terminal ports here. So you've got numbered 1 to 8. Now they do a 16 version, which would have been probably better for me actually, but the problem with the 16 version is the touch panel is bigger. It's got more buttons on it, and where I've mounted mine, it's not really an option. If it had been a long strip one, then that'd have been good, but we're sticking with 8 pounds. We're sticking with 8. This has solid state relays in it, which are a lot better because you don't have to piss about with chunky relays under your dashboard or wherever you mount them. You know, if you want like light bars and funky lights. Now I will go down the light bar route eventually. I'm just looking at what ones I want, but that's another thing. But these are ideal for that, and it's virtually identical to that. It's just better, a lot better. With this as well, you get different function modes. So you've got like toggle modes. I think the colours like red, green and blue. So like red's constant, so if you touch the switch it stays on. Green is more like a pulse mode, so if you've got like beacons on or something like that, you can have it flashing, so it's like on off. And then the blue one, which is the momentary mode, where you hold your finger on the button and basically that'll activate that light or whatever you've got, and as soon as you let go of it, it goes straight off again. It's a good system. And also in the box you've got all the usual stuff. You've got your cables, fuse jumper, piggybacks, piggybacks. You get 2 of them piggybacks actually, which is quite good. And they're on MIDI fuses then, with looks of it. Or you've got a MIDI fuse and a mini fuse, and then your big daft ones. But I won't need them because mine's pretty all wired in. And you get 2 mounting brackets with it as well. You get different styles. So you could, if you wanted to mount it up front, you know, you got the option of doing that. So you get quite a lot of bit of stuff in it. There's a control panel, like I said, exactly the same as mine. I wanted it for an 8 switcher because it fits just nice in that beam up top up there. But with this one, you've got your on and off function in it. You can turn the whole panel off in the middle as well if you need to. Not that I want to, because I don't think I've ever turned that panel off ever since it's been in the van. And this was quite funky, right, which probably dead good for like off-roaders and stuff like that, you know, use up. But it's a silicone sleeve. I didn't know, right, that you can actually mount these outside and stick your sleeve over, and it's, I won't say it's waterproof, but definitely splash proof and rainproof or something. Just an idea if someone wants to use it for outside. Won't do that with my van though around here. All the kids will be flicking bloody switches on. I come back, my batteries will be dead. And then at the bottom you've got extension leads. Now they sent me another cable with this one. Not too sure why, like, but we'll probably see in a bit. It looks like it's just an extender piece for the actual loom, what they get. But I'm going to use that for when I do my thing in a minute. And then some more cable. Loads more cable. It's always handy having loads of cable, but I don't think we're going to need this either, so we brought that. And there's a load of tie wraps. So they give you virtually everything in the kit what you need for installing it. We're doing a Jones install, so we won't need that. And they also sent me a cool t-shirt. Check that out. It's one of them we don't need iron as well. Right, chatting up shit on that, let's go and see if we can butcher this install. So that's pretty much going to be a direct replacement. Wires maybe move a little bit, but your main pos and neg will go into the bottom here on that one. And then at the top you've got a 4-pin connector and the ACC. Now the ACC one is for your ignition live. So all I did on the other one was just loop it at the bottom here onto the main because I want it on all the time. I don't really want it on an ignition. And then the 4-pin connector is this other black lead here, which goes to your control unit at the top here. So that should be pretty much straightforward. Said it, straightforward. So we'll get that swapped over first, and then we'll tackle the panel here. I'm hoping, right, when I pull this off, that I can pull that lead through, and I made that hole big enough inside here, which went through the top, and I can just piggyback the connector cable onto it. Is it ever that straightforward? Whew. We will see, lad, we will see. Turn the lights out, and we'll turn the lecky out, because I'll end up nuking myself. So this panel here, there's just a big enough hole there, I think, to get the plug in, and I'll just pull this out here, and you can see it back. That's the lead there, and then what I'll do with that is undo that, put that one on it, and then pull that through, and that should give me the lead then to put the new panel on. Well, that plan didn't work. Bloody cap end come off this, didn't it? And dropped inside there, you son of a bitch. That should have been a simple job, that. So we're getting the old wire things out again. Got your little shit, little pick tools. Brill them. Ready to get your panel on. So that's the old unit out. And then what I'm left with here now is all the wires. So these will all have to be re-terminated because they've all got like fork ends or spade ends, whatever you want to call them. And I'll have to bang a load of these on it. To be fair, they're a better connection, I think, than those. They'll just go into them holes there now. Some people do put the wires straight into that, but I'd rather just have a ferrule on top of it, or bootlace ferrule as they call them, on the end of it. It's just a tidier finish. So that's one side terminated now, and you can see how neat that is. It's just miles better in it, really. I prefer these than these shitty things. Look horrible, these. Different colours, obviously different size wires to them and that. Crack on this side now. Someone else's van look like a bomb site when they're doing a job. Absolute mess. That's the other side all terminated now. Looking miles tidier, that. So the ACC cable, right, which is like the switching cable, like ignition switch, because this is on a leisure battery system, that goes in there. And what I've done is I've just cut the cable shorter, and I'm just going to loop it on that. So basically that'll just give it power to the unit and all the time. So we'll get these big lads on, and then I'll put the control box wire in as well. Just going to swap all these fuses out now, and then we'll test it, make sure that control panel's working. And one thing I like about this fuse box as well, you actually get a little fuse holder at the top there, and the grips with it, which is quite a good little touch, because these are shit for getting out of your fingers anyway. So that's all fuses changed over now. Let's get under here, flick our power on. Big switch. That's all that. This is on. Boshak. If you've never seen this setup when I was building this, just check my playlist and you'll see all this being fitted in this unit. That was a tight squeeze. Right, let's see if this is powered up. Oh, we've got lights on here. It's green. I'll change that to blue. So that means we've got no fuses gone, but we'll test it anyway to see what's what. So first one I think we'll go for is locker lights, which is number 7. Locker lights. As you can see, that's come on, off, on. Not wide the back one's in yet. Job for another day, that one. Next one, main pump. That's number 2. So let's bang number 2 on. Yeah, we've got pump. I can hear it. Big light. That's number 1. Yeah, we've got big light. So I'm happy that that's all working, so I can get this cover on now. What I'm about to do with that cover, because I've got 2 power leads coming into here now, because I'm piggybacking that fuse box onto it, I've just trimmed a little bit on that corner there. You see it? Just on that one. It would have been better really if it give you a wider opening on that, because there's no reason for it to be so tight. But we'll get this cover back on. We know how that works, and then we'll get that put back in. And then we'll see what stickers we got with it. Ready to best clean all this crap up, Anna, before you even start thinking about setting this up. That side's a bit poo, that side's better. That one, what I might do with that is use other switch panel, the older one, and just tidy all that up so it looks nice. Sticking this unit up here, all I've used is these command strips. Just some 3M tapes, and they're basically like a Velcro piece, you can just pull it off, but that is solid that, and like so you can activate your buttons to your heart's content, and it don't move. Right, so these switch panels, right, these are the old stickers I've got here, and you can see there was quite a few which were not relevant really what I needed. So I'm hoping that this comes with some different ones. When I saw it being. What we got, let's have a look. See, that's the problem with these, right, they should give you double the amount of stickers. I'm not, you can buy them on the website, and you know what I mean, but they give you a few spare ones here for doing stuff, but I'd rather it just be in it. Yeah, like that. Do you know what? I am shit at putting stickers on. So at the minute we've got roof lights, internal light, which is that bloody skylight thing, underglow, which is the cupboards, and then we've got max fan there. Not gonna push that because it's gonna open up. So I'm just short of a couple 4 switches, right? So I've just put the blanks on now for the time being, because I'm gonna look online see if I can get these so it looks tidy then. Just tried drawing one then on there, but looks shite. And God knows what a fish box is. Let's look at this app now. This is the bit I want. So we've got 2 QR codes in the instruction box. It's also a box as well in the lid. One for iOS and one for Android, so whichever operating system you're using. Let's have a go. Let's download this. You can see that it comes up and it's called Switch Panel. Would you like to use Bluetooth? Yep, allow that. And it gives you then an option of 3 different controllers on your screen there. Bullshack, straight on. So basically that's my control panel now, what's come up on here. And you can adjust the brightness. So let's have a look, see if this works. Bloody doorbell. So switch panels here. Let's have a look and see what this does. So control the brightness of it. And then also change the colour. Oh, that's what I like. So let's try and pick a colour blue to a van. Something liking it. Pick tons of colours, like, you know, you got your reds, depending on what theme you want to go in your van and stuff like that. Whites, greens, yellows. Yellow's quite funky. But we'll stick with it blue. So then we've got icons. So this is where we can stick pictures up now. This is where it will be quite handy putting the photos on so you know what's what. So you've got default icons. What have I got on here? So roof light. Oh, there's loads on here, isn't there? See, it'd be better if they included all these stickers actually in it. I mean, fuel tank, stuff like that. Bloody fish box. What is the fish box? We've got a shower one. Heater one as well. See, these are the ones I need. So for the modes, I'm just going to keep it on normal modes, right? Because there's no reason for me to have it on strobes and that. So if you just fitting big lights to the van and stuff like that, that's when you'd have these modes on. So you could have the toggle modes, like I explained before. These panels, like I said, the relays are built into it now, so miles better for stuff like that. You can actually group the buttons. So for example, on your switch panel there, right, if you've got 4 sets of lights there, you can group those 4 sets of lights together. So you just push once and it activates all of them at once, you know, rather than just going individually with all the lights and stuff. So let's test it anyway. So at the minute now, I've got my lights on up top. I'll turn them off. Bullshack. And it turns all 3 of them off because they're all on together. Happy days. So when I'm sat in the van and I need to turn something on like the heater or the fan, stuff like that, you can just click the button. So that's the AUXBEAM switch panel. Brilliant. That is exactly what I wanted it to do. So basically, if I'm in the front, I can turn on and off anything I want, and if I'm in bed, I can just switch the lights off. Don't even have to get out of bed, don't even have to move. That is an absolute game changer for us, that. And like I said, you can use these on all sorts of stuff. I've used it quite differently to how it's done. I think they should include more choice of stickers because people are using these things for different things. And obviously with the icons as well, there's quite a lot of the icons which, you know, I've selected on that I needed, but I will order some. I think they do them on eBay as well, so I'm going to have a look at them sticker packs. It does show you how to make them on their website, but it just looks neater and tidy if you get some proper stickers for it. Great shower fix now, so I'll see you lot later. Have a good one.